Hello and welcome to Saki Tech. In today's video, I will show you my top 10 Android applications. These apps are well developed, offer smooth operation, and are feature rich, and I think you'll love them. So let's dive right in. I will be uploading more videos like these periodically, so subscribe and stay tuned. Alright, so the first application I'm going to show you guys is called the Timely Clock application. And let's launch that real quick. Now this is a gorgeous time application, and it should replace your stock clock. Now here's the regular clock. You got a stopwatch, you can switch to a timer, and then you can also have an alarm clock. And the alarm clock itself is quite sophisticated, so if you tap it, it gives you the options where you can pick the day for the alarm, and you can pick the sound and a couple of other settings, and you can also sync this with your cloud account. Okay, so every phone gets its own profile, and it saves everything to the cloud, so you don't have to reset your alarms if you switch your phone. Anyway, let's go back here, and let's say you want to add an alarm, right? You tap plus, right? You pick a time, let's say 12:30. If you want a specific time, you tap on the clock icon, and you pick a specific time using the keypad here. Alrighty, and then let's say that you want to change the background color. All you have to do is tap the settings icon here, change themes, and from here you get a plethora of themes that you can pick. So if you want to go with a green color, there you go, apply, and you're done. Now with the clock, you have a couple of different options. So you can have an analog clock, a digital clock, and a nice, apply, save, and a nice little designer clock over here, which I happen to like. And again, when you save this, you can also change the background themes right over here. So I can go with a orange theme, apply, and then you also have a night mode, which changes things up a little bit. Okay, and then finally with the timer, you can do the same thing. You can change the themes. So let's go for green, click apply, and then like I said, you can switch between a stopwatch and a timer, and the way they work is absolutely lovely. So let's start this stopwatch, and you can do the lapse, okay, and pause and reset. So this is a gorgeous time application. It should replace your stock clock application. Alright, the number 2 is what is called the Cover app. Now Cover replaces your lock screen, and this is what it turns to. So first of all, you have to go to the Play Store and you have to download the Cover application, and then you have to follow the prompts to replace your lock screen. Now once you do that, your lock screen turns into this gorgeous, minimalist, clean interface. So you get the time, you get the date, and then you get to swipe up and down between applications that you used all the time. So basically, Cover app learns which applications you use most, and it aggregates them on top to bottom here, and then you can swipe through to access even more applications. Now some of the other things you can do here is you can do a quick peek into each application by sliding to the right. Alright, so if I want to do a quick peek, all I do is I choose the application that I want to do a quick peek on and simply swipe it to the right slowly, and that gives me a quick peek. And while I'm in the quick peek view, I can actually slide from the top of the screen on the corner here to pick any other application. See? So I can go to my music application right there. Alrighty? So that is the options that you get with the Cover screen. There's a couple more. Let me show you what they are. So if you go back to Cover screen, you do have a button here that allows you to change the settings. So if you tap that, you can change the wallpapers, and you can change your wallpapers for different profiles. So right now I have the out profile. So in the out profile, I can pick this wallpaper, or this wallpaper. Okay, and you can also pick stuff from your gallery by tapping on the custom wallpaper. So let me just keep this for a second. Click done. Okay, the other things you can do here is you can change to the car mode. Okay, so that is going to change you to the car mode, and it's going to bring applications that you may use while you're driving your car. Okay, and all these things the application will learn. Okay, over time it's going to learn your habits, and it's going to feed you the applications that it knows you use in the car mode. And go to settings. If you go to settings, these are your profiles. You've got some preferences here where you can hide applications. You can increase or decrease the size of the app tray on the side, and you can add music controls to your home screen. Okay, so that's pretty basic. So just follow the prompts. Tap on this, follow the prompts, and it's going to show you how to add music controls to your cover screen. They're going to show up at the bottom right over here. So that covers the cover app. And basically, if you want to unlock your screen, you simply slide to unlock, and you get a really nice animation. Alrighty? Alright, so the next app I want to talk about is actually an HD widget app. So the name is HD Widgets. You can go download that from the App Store. Let me show you what it does. So let's go to a blank screen and create a brand new widget. Okay? And if I go to Apps and Widgets, here are the HD widgets right over here. Now the first thing is you get different sizes. So you get a 1x1, 1x2 that looks just like that. Okay? So that's what it's going to look like. But let me cancel this for now. And you can do 2x1, 1x4, which is a vertical a widget. And then let's go for the biggest one that we have available to show you all the things that are possible. So let's go by a 4x4 clock/weather widget. So tap this. Okay, so here what you can do is you can, starting from the left, you can change the background color. So you can go from green to red to dark blue, whatever you want. So let's keep it at dark blue. Let's go to clock. This allows you to pick different clock styles. Okay, so if you tap this, you get that kind of clock. So let's keep this guy. And then you go to clock background, which allows you to choose different backgrounds for your clock. So let's go with this. It's a little transparent. See what else we got here. Okay, blue. Let's go with this blue one. Okay, and then you go to the clock color, which allows you to change the color of the clock. So let's go with darker blue. And then you go for the font. You can change the font. I'm just going to keep this guy. And then you pick a location, which is going to be for the weather. And you get the idea. So once you're done changing everything on your widget, you can also change the text color. So let's change that real quick. Blue. Okay. So once you're done preparing your widget, you press OK, and it puts it right on your screen. Okay. And you have endless possibilities by mixing and matching colors, and you can even change individual widgets after you put them on the screen. So if I grab this guy, I can pull it up here to the edit, goes back into settings, and on the top here you have the option to go with the big bar, text clock, weather. Alrighty, so you have all these options. Option at the top, option at the bottom, and you can mix and match to create the widget of your dreams. Alrighty, and of course don't forget you have different sizes, and you can do things like this as well. So you can actually create a quick toggle widget, and you do that by basically just picking up on the top here what you want. Do you want switches? Do you want a forecast? Do you want a text clock? Do you want a clock of this type? Okay, so you can create quick toggle menus, and you can just throw them on your screen. And again, you can customize the colors so it actually matches up with your background. So that's all I'm going to go over with the HD widgets. Go download them and try them out. Alright, so the next app that I want to go over is called the Themer. Now the Themer will transform your home screen. Alright, so you've got this regular home screen, which is the HTC Blink Feed or the HTC Sense. And if you want to replace this, go download Themer. Okay, and Themer will work on any Android phone. So once you tap Themer, it launches a brand new theme, and then you can customize your themes to your liking. And you also have preset themes that you can download for free. I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So basically this is my new theme with all kinds of shortcuts over here. Go to phone, come back, go over here, and then you've got these quick toggles. Okay, and you can also add widgets to your screen if your screen is empty. You don't want to add widgets to screens like these that are already pre-filled for you. Okay, so if a screen is pre-filled, don't add widgets. but with this kind of screen you can add widgets, okay? And you basically just tap and hold, which brings up the themer menu. So let's go grab more themes. So you browse the themes, and then let's go to trending themes, and all these guys are available for free. So let's go with this guy over here. Apply. So that is in fact my new theme, okay? And with this specific theme here, you have another option. If you press this extend button at the bottom here, extend, you get tiny little options over here, such as going to the store, which takes you to Play Store, or you can launch the news, you can launch your music. Alright, so let's tap news, see what happens. It asks you which news application you want to use. Alrighty, so you can close this also, and then you can scroll over, and it happens to have two of these guys. You can actually customize each individual theme. So again, you can see how beautiful this theme can make your home screen. Okay, so let's tap and hold. That brings up the menu, and you have all these options you can play with. Okay, now basically you just want to go and grab a theme and let it do its job. But if you want to customize the themes that you download, you actually can. So let's look at one more theme, and then we're going to move on to the next application. Let's look at this one that looks like the Windows. Apply. It downloads the theme if it has to. Okay, so look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, again, if you tap the phone, takes you to the phone. If you tap the mail, takes you to your mail. Come back, and you get the point. So go download the themer and play around with it. Find a theme that you like, try to customize it, but it is going to transform your home screen and make it look really, really beautiful. Alrighty? Oh, and just one more thing with the themer. Themer comes with its own app drawer, which looks normally like that icon on the top here. If you tap it, it's a customized app drawer that is going to be available with all the different themes you download. So you get your apps, you get your favorite apps, and you can add more if you want by pressing this plus sign. And you also have smart categories that automatically categorize your apps based on what it thinks they do. So I have a books and education here, so you see the Kindle is in there, the dictionary is in there, and a couple other relevant applications went right under the books and education category. But your apps are right here, okay? And all you do is you tap that apps icon, and that comes with every theme. You just have to look for it. Alright, so now we're back at the HTC Sense, the regular Android interface, and the other application I want to show you guys is called the Clean Master. So Clean Master is a really nice storage management and memory management application, and I like the interface. So the moment you jump into it, it shows you how much storage you have and how much storage you're using. It gives you the total of your SD card and your internal storage. It tells you how much of your RAM is currently being utilized, okay? And if you want to free some space on your RAM, you can do a memory boost. And then just tap the boost icon. And then it says 28% of the RAM has been released. Click done. And if you look at it now, you're down to 48% utilization. Now if you tap on the storage, it gives you details. Okay, so the SD card has 35% being used, and my device's local storage has 19% being utilized. Okay, if you go down here, well, it's right there. It gives you more information. Media is using that much, apps are using that much, and then you got others. If you tap on this, nothing happens. And then you can also free some storage by tapping on junk files. So it actually scans your system for junk files and tells you how much space you can free based on its recommendation. And if you want to do what it wants to do, just click clean junk, and in my case it will clean 647 megabytes of junk files. And you can individually unselect the junk files you do not want to get rid of. Alrighty, so that is the Clean Master application, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so the next application I want to talk about is called Cal. So this is a calendar application. It's free, and it allows you to use a different calendar instead of your basic calendar that comes with your Android app. Now the thing is, it has a pretty interface, so it gives you a today view. You can swipe over Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's go back to Monday, and then you can go to settings, and you can change the visible calendars. You can pick your default calendar. You can choose what week to start. You can connect it with any .do application, which is a to-do list, and it's really a nice interface. Alrighty, and you can pick another thing that I like here. If you go to settings, you can pick the photo theme. Okay, so you can choose food theme. You can choose fashion, art. Landscape. In my case, everything is chosen, so it's giving me a feed of all kinds of different pictures. But as you can see, the calendars have a background picture. Okay, so if I go over to the next day, I have a different picture. Go over to the next day, there's a different picture. Alrighty? But this is a nice replacement for your regular calendar app if you're bored of how banal that one is. This might give you a little more excitement. And then again, it has a nice user interface. It's smooth and it's silky. Okay, and let's say you want to go into a specific appointment. You tap on it, and it brings up the details. Okay, and the details come up really nicely. You can delete them. You can tap this and invite other people. Alrighty, and you can pick a location and stuff like that. And then if you want to add a new appointment, you just plus this right here, and then you get to pick all the options and save your appointment. Okay, but as you can see, the big thing with this application is the pretty user interface and the silky smooth action. Alright, so another fancy app is called the Toucher Pro application. This is basically a floating menu, and you can see it right here that I was hiding it, right? So that is a floating menu that you can float around, and then put it on the side over here, put it at the bottom, on the top, wherever you want. But if you tap it, it brings up a quick access menu. Okay, and then you've got 4 tabs in all menus. So you can go over here. These are your quick applications that you want to access, and you can add as many as you want by tapping that button. Add an app. Alrighty, and then you can go over here. You've got quick toggle settings here. You can turn off the Wi-Fi, turn off the Bluetooth, whatever. You can go over here, and that gives you the weather. And if you tap anywhere off the screen, it minimizes and goes right into that tiny hole. Now the other thing you can do is if you go into the application itself, which is called Toucher Pro, you can actually change the themes. So if you go over here, you've got all these featured themes that you can download. Okay, so let me show you this one, for example. Apply. So that's the one now. So you can change your themes. Touch. Alrighty. So this would be really nice, just floating on the screen, and it's very unintrusive. Okay, as you can see, it is see-through. Its opacity is lowered up, so you don't really notice it unless you're paying attention to it. And then anytime you need to quickly access something, you tap this, and it's right there waiting for you, and you can choose different themes. Alright, so the other app I want to talk about is called the Appy Geek, and if you go in here, this guy basically allows you to aggregate news from technology channels. Okay, and I already added some, but this is the basic interface. You get tiles, and each tile shows you how many articles are within that tile. So for example, the top stories have 42 articles to read. If I scroll down, here's Samsung. So the Samsung block has 10 articles to read, and if I want to add more, I simply press plus, and that goes to whatever else you want to add. So if you like video games, you just tap that. Now you have a video game feed. But if you look at this carefully, this is all technology. There's no politics, there's no sports, there's no fashion. Okay, and you can swipe over to pick hot topics, international places, and other. They are even sorted by companies. So Microsoft, Intel, Sony can be added as well. You go back over here, and they'll show up right down here. Okay, and you can also sync this with your account like a Gmail account, so you can get more personalized recommendations over time as the app learns how you behave and what kind of news you like. Now the final app I want to talk about is called the Paper Camera application. Let me launch it right here. It launches only one way. So let me put a little pen over here. I'm going to show you what this thing does. So basically, anytime you take a picture, it converts that picture into a sketch style photo. Alrighty, and you have a lot of options with this thing. And you can just take a photo. You can take a video or a photo. Right now it's in the video mode. So let me just switch this to photo mode just by flicking up. And to take a picture, you press and it snaps a picture. And then you have different options. You can change it to Comic Boom, SketchUp, so that is a total sketchy photo. And then you've got other things like this guy, old printer, neon, contours, and each one of these can be changed over here. So I can increase the amount of light, increase the brightness, and I can increase the contrast, okay? And the other thing I can do is I can flip the camera so it actually records you, and I think that is right over here. If you tap this, flip the camera, oops, so that's the camera right there. This is the camera that's recording it, but as you can see, it's really nice. So let me go over here. Look at that. You can do all these different types of pictures, and you can play with these, and you can search with your you can share it with your friends and all that stuff. You can zoom in, zoom out, and there's a couple settings here that you can play with. Okay, so let me just flip this over one more time. Alright, so this is also a very nice camera application that is creative in nature. Okay, so this is called the Paper Camera. Alright, so that brings us to the end of this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, and also you can go ahead and connect with me socially on Google+, Facebook, and Twitter, for which all the links are in the description below. Thank you again, and I'll see you the next time. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just throw them down in the comments section below.